I will say, did you see The Island?
Yeah.
So
The heck
up
is
until
that?
like the third act, it was a decent movie. It-
Movie from early 2000s with Ewan
McGregor.
McGregor and Scarlett Johansson.
He was really good in it. She was really good in it.
They live in a facility of.
They're basically clones, but they don't know
Yeah.
they're clones.
Oh, God.
And
This-
it's actually a really interesting concept.
The
'cause,
spoiler is that the reason why they're created is
they're basically
the
the
life
life
insurance.
insurance policy.
Oh,
So if
God.
they're
Who's-
if they're
Who's
That's
explaining
clever.
this?
okay, I don't know, both of us, I guess.
At the same time.
Yeah.
We're just linked minds now. Mind
It's
meld.
total nonsense. But so basically they're like clones in this facility, and it's not even really a twist because it kind of makes sense from the beginning if you really think about it. But so they're basically in the distant future. There's these life insurance policies that are these clones that are exact replicas of their original bodies in every single way. So if something ever went horribly wrong with the original body, like they could just take an organ from this clone and put it into them.
Yep.
But
Makes
But
sense.
the problem is the clones are sentient. So they don't know they're clones because they've been fed false memories to think that they're human and that there was some
Yeah, and they have their own
major
like, little
virus
society.
in this. And it's actually a really good movie up until the third act, just like with the whole helicopter battle and shit. But
I always think the
and
funniest.
the
scene-
ending really bugs the crap out of me too. But
I don't remember the ending because it was so many years ago. But the
Yeah.
funniest scene I do remember is when they're on the outside, and they go. I think they go looking for his. What would you call it? Original copy?
his originator, his source DNA.
Yeah, and they arrive in some bar and they're looking for him, and he's like, "So have you seen him? Do you know where he is? He's on the can. The can? What's that? It's over there. "Well, what is he doing on it? He's taking a dump. A dump? Where is he taking it? Because they don't know slang.
Oh my!
But no, they play
Make it
around
a
with lot of
trilogy.
stupid
It sounds
shit.
fantastic.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi was really good in that too. That was
Oh my God,
like I
Steve
watched that
Buscemi
back
still
when I
does things.
well, this again was
This was
back
years
in
ago.
like 2004.
Oh my
This
God, I
was
was about
before
to say,
this was before
geez.
Boardwalk Empire, you know. But
Oh.
but I really love Steve Buscemi, you know, and that was at a point where I was really going through a Steve Buscemi phase when I saw that movie. I actually saw that for my senior year bioethics class, and debated whether or not like we would ever go through that cloning process. Like, so knowing what you know about it, would you go through that? Like, if you had the option of having a clone who was an exact replica of you,
And you were rich.
but they were sentient, and you know that you basically have to kill them to actually harvest their body parts.
And you
like,
were rich.
would you get that clone?
I mean,
You could easily afford
if
it.
there's more than one me around, I think things would get a little hectic.
Well, I thought you had a twin named John.
Yeah.
we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
yet.
honestly, we're constantly making the one thing we
we have a
always
lot
count
of
on in the
insider
show-
jokes, people.
There's inside jokes on the show that only the three of us will ever get, and maybe like two. other
We'll
people
explain it
outside
next
of
week,
us, but,
kids.
On the next episode.
On the next episode, on
however
Jack
long
being
Jack
a
can keep that
jerk.
ruse going on.
Not
Yeah.
I'm messing around, people.
Yeah. So would you do that? Would you clone yourself?
Sure, why not? I mean, hey, if I need a kidney, then boom, I got a guy that can give me a kidney on command, and like he would have to understand that.
Well, I would think at that point, if they can
Like-
grow whole humans, why can't they just grow individual organs instead?
Actually, logically, that
I mean,
makes
you know,
a
we
really good
can,
point. I think
you know, use
I think they
stem
probably
cells.
could, but organs probably. I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's expensive to make an exact duplicate of whatever body part, whatever organ, and
As opposed to supporting a whole clone.
well,
for who
having them
knows
in
how
a
long.
human container means they'll last a lot longer. They won't have to put the organ on ice. They won't have to regenerate it right before the person needs it. You know.
Okay, I'll just expire whenever. The
I
time is
don't
right.
know. I'm not trying to
Oh, just shove
justify
them
it,
in a freezer and use them when you need it.
but
just
assuming
demolition man me, put me in an ice box and bring me out when the franchise wars are over.
okay, but assuming
Wake
like
me up when September ends.
assuming
oh,
they
wait.
couldn't grow individual organs and they could just do the clone, like, would you do it? And I know this is a big what if, but for this
Am I
scenario,
rich?
yes,
Hmm.
you have the money to do it in this scenario. Money
By
is
the
no
money,
object.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, so you're saying basically it's an ethical question.
Yeah, like, do you think it's unethical to create a sentient life for the purposes of your own
Your own benefit.
survival? I guess.
Well, that's almost like
It's natural selection. Yeah, we're supposed to do that. It's literally how we've been
Well-
acting for thousands of years.
So your excuse is Darwinism.
yes.
Okay.
Well, what happens when life creates life?
Then
I
life
mean,
goes
What
on.
happens to natural selection there?
Hold
Does the created life go on, or the life that created life goes on? Who gets
Both
smarter?
technically.
Yeah, I mean it depends. If it's survival
Depends
of
on
the
the
fittest,
evolution of
if
those
it's
two.
survival of the fittest, it's whoever comes out on top. It doesn't matter who created whom or what created what.
Just look
It's-
at Doomsday. Look what happened.
whichever
To him.
life is stronger will survive. That's Darwinism.
This is why the Greek gods no longer exist, because they
Yeah,
were
this is why
conquered
they
by
hate-
mortals.
No, this is why aliens hate us, guys.
Because we think we can conquer Greek gods.
Yeah.
Aliens
But,
and gods, that sounds like Justice League.
Oh, that's your segment.
Oh
So we're done
my.
with the island talk.
But
or-
wait,
We were
guys,
talking
you know what
about
I like?
Ninja Turtles and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Oh, we were talking.
But
about
wait,
Uncle Ben.
guys, you know what I like the most?
Yeah.
Space.
Space.
Yeah, especially with trilogies.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Boy.
So do you want
Yeah.
to do Justice League or do you want to do whatever the fuck Jack's talking about?
He's talking about Star Wars. They're making another trilogy.
Okay, I guess.
Yep.